Hello everyone, we meet again in this video on environmental communication. In this video, we're going to discuss and talk about noise in the city. We tend to forget that how important and significant the roles of sound that tend to become a noise somehow that actually develop the way we understand our surrounding. Like in the city, we tend to think that everything is so dynamic, at the same time also so busy. The traffic is so lousy and so on, and it's very loud on any aspect. Like for example, I'm currently standing here in the park of amphitheater in one particular city of in one section of Surabaya. I can hear the voice from the mosque, the people playing basketball, the traffic passing by, and that kind of element of sound is actually part of the way we understand our surrounding. But of course, when I list this kind of element of sound, that's not how we experience it. When we experience sound in our surrounding, especially in urban environment, we experience it all together. Everything is like mixed and everything is like on top to each other, and then it's create this kind of mix of sound that somehow we tend to label it as noise. Does it always a noise? Does it always annoy us and all the city dweller? We have to think twice or even reflect upon it. Like in the edited volume entitled The Auditory Culture Reader, it's been discussed from many angles by many scholars that sound it actually have many layers of possible way to be understood. Like for example, the concept of sound engagement. The way people engage with sound could be also leading to a different way of meanings in terms of the way we understand our place, the way we understand our surrounding, and the way we understand other people that live together with us. Another key concept is also about sound materialities. The way that sound is actually materialized in our everyday life could be from the point of view of the form of its sound, the modalities, and any angles and any type of materiality. It's quite an abstract concept, I would say. Don't worry with that, bear with me. This kind of concept should be understood further. But my main point, as also discussed in this book, that sound cannot be easily understood in one fixed meaning. And when we use the term like noise or noise in the city, for example, we have to recheck and re-question the way we create such a label. It could be it's just simple sound for some group of people, but the same materialities and engagement of sound could lead to a different meaning to another group of people. So what is actually important now for us studying environmental communication, especially in this aspect of sound and noise in the city, is that we have to be clear and clarify every time we create such a label like noisy or noise or too loud or something. Because the way people experience sound are somehow different from one to another. So I think that will be all for now. We can continue to discuss this aspect of sound in the city in the further videos as well as in our discussion later on. Explore the variety of sounds that could lead to noise or could lead to other meaning in your surrounding, especially in your city, in the cities that you visit, in the city that you want to travel to. And we will discuss that further. I'm trying to listen to the sounds coming from afar while I can hear clearly from here that in this park someone playing basketball. So that's kind of an example how people experience sound in the city. and somehow suddenly people call it as a noise in the city, for example, if it is something that actually annoy them. But again, noise, it's already have an element of, the term noise, I mean, already have an element of meaning. But meaning is actually constructed. It's not the sound itself that lead to the same meaning. So what I meant by this, my sound engagement in this particular place, listening to different layers of sound in this urban environment, lead to a particular meaning that might be different when you sit here and experience for yourself, while you have your own memories, you have your own history, or you have your own previous experience to this very place, for example. So that's what I meant by sound in the city actually could lead to a different engagement, not only due to the materialities of the sound being produced, but also the way people interact with the sound. And as I mentioned earlier, the way people experience sound in the city is actually not partially, it's actually mixed one to another. That's what might lead to the simple meaning that every sound in the city could be noise. That actually not. So that's, I think, the most important element of understanding sense modalities and its various sense modalities in the city, including sound, that we cannot just create a jumping conclusion when we try to understand the environment that people live in, the environment that people create label on it. So that's the main point of this video. Thank you for watching, and I do hope it can be useful for your further elaboration and learning in your study. See you.